Hi everyone, it's Sloan Rhodes. Welcome to the Spiritual Self-Mastery class, Ego and Heart, for the week of August 26, 2018. I'm sorry I missed everyone last week, but I hope that you were all able to continue to work with the energies from the previous week. And I have suggested in the past that if I do miss a week, sometimes it's fun just to go through randomly the old weekly videos and pick one, and often the right messages will come up for you for that particular week. So something to possibly do if I miss another week. And I do want to let everyone know that I have an amazing sale going on right now, 50% off all of my online courses as a back to school, end of summer sale. It does end September 1st. So if you are interested in how to read Oracle cards for beginners, or the methodology for reading Oracle and Tarot cards that I have in the Intermediate Advanced course, as well as the course for crystals, it is 50% off. The code is summer sale. It's unlikely that I will be giving this much of a discount anytime soon, so if you're interested, you might want to go ahead and take advantage of it now. And the How to Read Oracle Cards and Tarot Cards courses, I put a lot of effort into those. I think that you will really find those helpful. I feel that even if you aren't interested in reading Oracle cards or Tarot cards, especially the Intermediate Advanced course, that course has a lot of information on connecting to your intuition, just even outside of Oracle and Tarot cards. So it really is, I think, a powerful course. So I love them all. Of course, I put a lot of work into each of them, but in particular, for those of you who are on that path and want to connect more and more, it's a great deal. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started for this week. So today is August 26, 2018. I'm going to be choosing one card from the Vintage Oracle deck by Victoria Mosley as the overarching theme. Let's go ahead and get started. Kindred Spirits, fun, and Intuition under the deck. I love this card. They seem so happy together. Wow, this is a beautiful, beautiful card, and it does speak to union with another, union with spirit, of course, kindred spirits, union with your guides and angels. We do have intuition under the deck, something that you've been really connecting to more and more, as I feel it here under the deck, allowing yourself to be guided more and more by what you know to be true, as opposed to what the evidence is presented as. And the overarching theme is kindred spirits. It looks like there's an opportunity to reconnect or to transform a relationship with another so that you are on the same page even more. I think that this is a lovely week that if you are ready or are feeling intuitively guided to speak your truth with another, there's a lot of support for that. Very lovely, playful energy there coming in for the week. This is a very deep internal card under the deck, and I feel like this is what you've been working on coming into this week, and now you're kind of popping up. And as you have been trusting your intuition, you've been working on understanding egoic patterns, dropping into the heart more, you're opening up more and more. You begin to vibrate at a frequency where others can connect to it in a more joyful way. As you raise, so to speak, your frequency, you begin to shift your external and begin to have more of your preferences manifest, which is really, really lovely. It's not always easy to get there, but it's one of the wonderful benefits of doing this work. The ego and the heart work is essential because you have to address the ego. If you're a human, you have an ego, and the ego can be very distracting and can seem very, very real. But as you recognize more and more the patterns that show up in your particular lives in different ways, the ego knows our triggers, so it shows up a little differently for everyone. But as you begin to address it more without the fear, without the anxiety, and without being dragged all over the place by the ego for such long periods of time, we all, of course, still get dragged by it. It's very challenging work, of course. but you begin to spend less time in the ego and more time in the heart, which allows for all possibilities, and your intuition increases, your frequency increases, your manifestation of what your desires increases, and you begin to find that as you do this work more and more, the pendulum tends to swing less wildly from, A to Z. You're not having your terrible lows here and your amazing highs here. You're operating more in the middle ground. And as you do this work, as you operate more in the middle ground, and you're finding that you're not, again, being dragged so crazily from place to place, you begin to move up the scale so that your ones are no longer, your lows, your ones are no longer a 1. Your lows are now a 2 or 3, right? And then your highs are no longer a 10. Your highs begin to go from 10 to 11 to 12. So you begin to move up the scale. So there's many, many benefits to doing this work. And of course, our ego likes that. Feels good. But what is funny about it is that the ego isn't running the show as much. So as you relax and your adrenaline dissipates, you begin to move up the scale, and it's less egoic joy and more joy, if that makes sense. So, okay, let's keep going here. And just to remind you that all of my readings are available on the audio podcast. So there's a link below. I don't think there's one up here, but there's a link below to the audio podcasts. And you can always just search for Sloan Rose Podcast, and they'll come up. So you don't have to watch a video. Of course, you can also drive or do errands and listen to these readings. I'll try to make it as easy as possible for everybody. Okay, so what might the ego try to distract us with? The heart-centered energies, and what can we expect to look forward to regardless regarding this kindred spirits? All right, here we go. The Hermit in reverse. The ego may try to distract us with the Hermit in reverse. The heart asks that we explore further the Mother of Pentacles. What we can expect to look forward to regardless is the Son of Swords. We have the beautiful Wheel of Fortune under the deck. Again, this expansive energy, as I talked about, as you go more deeply within, you begin to expand out, as I've already talked about, into the external. On the Wheel of Fortune, a card of good fortune sometimes, but certainly it feels that way here. And things moving along, expanding. What you've been working on, expanding more and more. You begin to see what I like to call the evidence more in your external, in terms of possibly more connections with people who are, like-hearted, like-minded, similar energetic frequencies. And if not more people, at least one person, And if it's not an individual, because the ego will come and say, there's no one in my life like that. You're connecting more and more with your eternal soul in a way that's more loving, more gentle, more connected, And even your guides and angels, So it's really beautiful energy. Now, the ego may try to distract us with the Hermit in reverse. So for some of you, it may be that you are waiting for someone whom you haven't heard from. You're like, when is this person gonna, when am I gonna hear from them? I'm never gonna hear from them. And you start spinning out in that, fear and anxiety, because we have this idea of kindred spirit. Maybe you think that this person is a kindred spirit and you need to hear from them. That's one way it can show up. Another way it can show up is that you actually do hear from this person. This person pops up again. And then you begin to fear right away, I won't have it for very long. It's so funny because we can wait, for whatever it is we're desiring, and then we get it, and then almost immediately, when we're not conscious of it, we're not aware of it, the ego can pop back in and say, but how long can I keep it for? So you're not even getting to enjoy it. Right away you're going into, I'm going to lose it again or whatever. So, just be aware. And if it's you, if this Hermit in reverse is you, the ego may try to distract you with, I'm out in the world again. Maybe you've been in a place of quietude. I'm out now. I'm more seen. I'm more available, and still nothing. I'm not able to connect. Or, yay, I'm connecting with people, but then how long will it last? The ego, as I mentioned, is a wily beast. So it moves around a lot, and the trick is to identify when it's taking us by the hand and distracting us with a seeming reality that isn't in alignment with what our heart knows to be true, which is that we are safe and we are deeply loved no matter what is going on externally. Just because we are dropping more into the heart, and when you drop into the heart more, you are connecting more with what you know intuitively to be true, which is that you are an eternal soul and you're having this particular experience in this particular incarnation. But it does not define you. It is an aspect of your soul exploring what it feels like to be you in this incarnation. And having these experiences. We also have change under the deck here. So there may be something, again, that I've talked about that you've been working on. You've been trusting your intuition regardless of whether the evidence has shown up. There's a change occurring. There's some sort of change that's been occurring on many levels, but also internally. So I hope that was clear with the Hermit. It can show up as an individual, usually someone that you haven't heard from for a while, because now they're back in, this kind of thing. And it could be you, again, popping back up into society, into your friend group or whatever. And then you get caught up in, this is better, than when I was alone. Well, it's never that it's better. It's different, but the ego likes to have right and wrong, this and that, So it's not that it's better to be with someone, a kindred spirit. It's that it's more of your preference. The preferences aren't let me put it this way. The ego will say that a preference means better, but the preference is just the preference, that we enjoy, but it's not better in terms of an incarnation, if that makes sense. There are degrees and subtleties here. Don't worry if you don't get them right away. It's a lifetime of work, lifetimes of work. That's part of the game, though. Okay, so we have this kindred spirits, lovely, lovely card, wanting to be on the same page with someone, being on the same page with someone, finding your tribe, finding your partner, being with people you enjoy or a person you enjoy, connecting more with your eternal soul, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, the divine, however you want to think about it or experience it. We have the heart asked that we explore further the Mother of Pentacles. Now, the Mother of Pentacles in the reverse could be in our sign. We do have Virgo here, so and we are entering the time of Virgo. But the Mother of Pentacles in reverse, in general, the Mother of Pentacles in the reverse is someone who doesn't necessarily always, isn't the most capable individual, right? When she's in the reverse, she can be a little codependent. She doesn't want to do for herself what she actually can do. She looks to others. So the heart asks that we explore this aspect further without the self-judgment. Where are you in a relationship with someone or in connection to another, where you are no longer just kindred spirits, but you are relying too heavily on one another to do things. Because the heart doesn't want necessarily you to explore this with a sense of this is wrong, you need to not be codependent anymore. The heart says, where can you explore aspects of the need for that? Why is that at play here? And where can you gently begin to recognize more and more how capable you truly are, or how capable this other person is? And where can you open your heart to that? It's, again, there are subtleties here, in particular this week. And I think the reason it's coming in like this is because of the, the consciousness around this and the awareness that you are having. So I guess for many of you, you're hearing this message in a way that maybe you wouldn't have, 2 months ago or 2 days ago. Everyone's consciousness is continually developing and awakening. So the Mother of Pentacles in the reverse here is the heart-centered energies. It's like, where can you say to yourself, all right, so I have a tendency to rely on another to bring in a sense of validation, a sense of hope, a sense of, or even not even a sense, but the ability, the help, the resources to progress me or to help me in my life. And where can I begin to hold that for myself? You know, because a lot of times we think, oh, I can't do that. They're so much better at it than I am. I'll just let them do it. Or I need them to validate me. If I don't have that kindred spirit in my life or that relationship in my life, then I'm nobody. I'm going to die alone. You know, the ego can go very quickly into this. And the heart says, okay, this is feeling a little codependent here. So where can I recognize, with the resources I have available to me now, how can I continue to take care of myself, be more loving of self, and take care of myself? Where am I looking to another? You know, we have this kindred spirit to mirror that back to me, and where can I hold it for myself? There's no right or wrong answer to this. And codependency feels very judgmental, right? It has a negative, very pejorative feel to it. But we're seemingly dependent on others in all ways, right? So it's often thrown around usually as a weapon. Codependent, you know, is bad. No, it's an opportunity to say, where am I wanting someone to help me? You know, where do I feel as though I haven't been helped in my life and I'm helpless? You know, and it often goes back very, very to early on experiences. And the reason, you know, this kindred spirits card is so important here is because we often look to someone to mirror our value back to us, to give us value, because that validation is something that occurred for all of us at a very early age from another. So it's one of the more challenging parts of the egoic self to work through. So be gentle here. That's a lot there. It's kind of a deep read there, but whatever. It's going to go for it. And then what we can expect to look forward to regardless is the Son of Swords. So there could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, who is present for you during this particular week. This energy of the Son of Swords is very excitable energy, and is on a mission. So, and it could be you, of course, just on a mission to get things done this week. You are headed full throttle ahead. Whatever your mission is, and truly it looks like it has to do something with this Mother of Pentacles energy, this Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn energy possibly, Earth sign, but it doesn't have to be. Either way, this Son of Swords is heading right for that. And it's heading right for that heart-centered energy. It's wanting to explore more of how resourceful you already are. You know, whenever you are experiencing a feeling that someone else, you know, is going to mirror that for you or hold that for you or have that, they have it, and they're mirroring aspects of it to you, but still you don't feel like you have it yet. Well, you can say, with the resources I have available to me now, how can I care for myself? With the experiences, with the knowledge, with the wisdom I have now, how can I most effectively care for myself? Doesn't mean that you can't ask for help after that, but go to self first. The heart says, where can you explore this for yourself first before you reach out and try to pull it in from another? You know, the ego and the heart working together here. The Hermit energy, again, it may be that someone comes back in or you pop back out into society, so to speak, and it feels as though you're being pulled on, you know, in connection to another with that kindred spirit. Very interesting read here. A lot of people here with the kindred spirits, the Hermit, and the Mother of Pentacles, the Son of Swords. Maybe a very busy week. Again, we have that Wheel of Fortune. Again, things accelerating, advancing, expanding. Remember to pull in, trust your intuition. There's change afoot here. So go gently. The Son of Swords is not a gentle energy. It's a very fast-moving, high-energy, determined energy. You're wanting to see change, and you're wanting to feel more in control, it looks like, and the heart is saying, yes, you can do that. Be gentle. Go slowly. Recognize where, one of the things that you can do too, it's coming in, so I'm going to say it. When you feel jealous of another, well, they have that, and I want that, and I don't have it. Well, the reason you see it in them is because you hold some aspect of it within you. So rather than feel as though they haven't, you don't have it, you can say, okay, so where does that exist in me? Where does some version of that exist within me already? And you can also say to yourself, once you kind of work through the ego of the jealousy, you can say, all right, so they have that, or they did that, or, that's possible in the world, and go into the possibility of it. The ego oftentimes will come back in, and it's not possible for you, but you already hold some aspect of it if you are recognizing it and you see it so brilliantly in another that it triggers your egoic inner child's needs, like, I want it, they have it, and I don't have it. You do have it. You have some aspect of it, some version of it. So you can say, okay, well, where do I have some version of that already within me? And how can I expand that energy? Because this is, determined energy. Whatever the Son of Swords is focusing in on this week, it's going to happen. He's, I say he is the Son of Swords. He's going to make sure it happens. He's on a mission. And when the Son of Swords is on a mission, you might as well get out of his way, because it's you're part of the problem or part of the solution kind of thing with that Son of Swords. So, something to think about. Wow, very intense kind of reading, but I hope that you found it helpful. I wish you much love as always, and check out the 50% off until September 1st deal that I have going on if you're interested. Otherwise, I will see you next week. Much love to you.